Well, alright, so when I heard WWE was having this event called the Greatest Royal Rumble or whatever the fuck, I was pretty confused, so I did a little research on it. So let me first rant on the name and the place of where this event's going to take place. So the name is the Greatest Royal Rumble of this event. It sounds like something a 9-year-old came up with. I mean, it's the Greatest Royal Rumble. What do you mean it's the Greatest Royal? What the fuck does that even mean? I thought there was one Royal Rumble pay-per-view, and that was a pretty prestigious pay-per-view, probably the second prestigious pay-per-view in this company, but now they're calling this the greatest one ever. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? So, and then it's in Saudi Arabia. What the fuck? Why would you have a pay-per-view event in Saudi Arabia, of all places? And then it's going to air on Friday at noon. Yeah, it's going to air at noon. Yeah, not like I have anything to do. Not like the normal average American has anything to do at noon on a Friday, except probably work. Nobody's home at 12 o'clock, meaning nobody's going to be able to watch this. Unless, you're a loser that doesn't have a job and just sits on their ass all day. Probably nobody's going to be able to watch this, until they get home. So why have they've done this before where they've had like live events in Japan and they've aired at like 3 o'clock in the morning on the network. What the fuck's the point of that? WWE is an American company watched by predominantly Americans. It's not a Japanese wrestling company. New Japan Pro Wrestling's not going to air or some wrestling company that is predominantly watched by, or any show for that matter, watched by predominantly in other countries, not going to air, their time in accordance with, a population that hardly watches. So why is it at noon is beyond me. So then they have this 50-man Royal Rumble. Well, what is that going to be, like a 3-hour match? I mean, 50 men, and they're calling this the greatest Rumble ever. More like the worst Rumble ever. That's going to be a boring fucking match. It's going to be like who the fuck wants to watch a match that's like 2 hours long? I mean, seriously, it's probably going to be that long. There's going to be so many people in there. It's going to drag on forever. It's probably going to be like 95% jobbers too. But then they also have the balls to put in people in that match like Chris Jericho, Shane McMahon, Daniel Bryan, and Kurt Angle. So they basically put 4 legends in a match that contains 50, probably 46 other jobbers. I mean, that's such a disgrace that they're bringing back all these people. They're bringing back Jericho and they're bringing back, they got other legends in there, and they just throw them into this 50-man Royal Rumble instead of giving them their own individual matches. I mean, that is such a disgrace, and it makes me pretty fucking mad. So this is a weird event too, because it's like a mix between a live event and a pay-per-view. I mean, there's like advertised match on here that got no build. So they have Cena versus Triple H. I saw, according to Wikipedia at least. Again, what the fuck is this? The times Triple H wrestles are very few and far between. So you feel like they try to make him special, right? No, they just put on a random ass fucking match with no build here. And the same thing with The Undertaker. The Undertaker wrestles like once a year now. So you figure the times that they make him wrestle, they'll make it feel special. No, he's wrestling fucking Rusev. What is this? This really turns me off to the wrestling product when I see bullshit like this. It's like, so Undertaker obviously is in pretty good shape. I know he just had hip surgery. He was moving very well in that ring. So what do? They give him a 3-minute match at WrestleMania. What the fuck is going on with this company? And then they put him in this match against Rusev. It's just, I don't understand what this company is doing. This pay-per-view seems very fucking weird. Again, it's like a mix between a live event and a pay-per-view. I'm just questioning what the hell is going on. I'm looking for something to get me to watch this product once again, and this is not it. Matches with no build. It just baffles my mind why they would put all these legends that, like Triple H and Undertaker, who, only wrestle a few times a year, maybe once a year. And it should be very special when they wrestle, but it's like, oh, we're just going to pop them in, just throw them right into this pay-per-view with no rhyme or reason, no program between anybody. Just throw them right into this pay-per-view. just a random ass match, like it's a insignificant match. It's just very weird. So I probably will not be watching this. 50-man Rumble. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Who wants to watch 46 jobbers and Jericho, Shane McMahon, Daniel Bryan, and Kurt Angle wrestle? Not me. Again, Daniel Bryan, fucking legend, returned when we probably didn't think he would be back, and they just throw him in a second pay-per-view back. They throw him into a Royal Rumble. So I don't get what they're. Oh, they also have Lesnar versus Reigns, which got, I think, 1 week of build. I haven't really been paying too much attention. Why Lesnar is still champion is beyond me. Why Roman Reigns is still in the main event is beyond me in wrestling for the title. Again, I don't understand. They put him in 4 main events at WrestleMania in a row, and each time he's gotten booed. The argument is, oh, well, he's going to get booed. They always boo the top guys. That's what the crowd does. They boo the top guys. So then why didn't Daniel Bryan get booed? Why didn't CM Punk get booed? Because they were talented. Roman Reigns is not talented, people. Whatever he does, he's going to get booed because people don't like it. They just don't like it. They just don't like him because WWE pushes. That's not true. Daniel Bryan has gotten loud pops even though WWE's pushing him because he's actually talented. Roman Reigns is not. I don't like him. I never liked him. I think I've always found him boring. It's not it's really a slap in the face when I see people say that too. I even saw Jericho say, "Oh, well, the fans will boo him no matter what." That's really a slap in the face to the fans' intelligence. No, people boo him because we don't like his wrestling ability, and we don't like his promo ability, which he has none of. He has none of either, really. We don't boo him just for the hell of it, just because we feel like it. No, there's actually a reason behind it. It's because he's not entertaining, and there's a lot of other people who are entertaining in this company who deserve his spot, and who aren't getting it. So there you go, people. There's my thoughts on that. This pay-per-view, live event, whatever the fuck you want to call it, it really confuses me on many levels, and I'm not happy with it. It's like, what the fuck is going on with this company? This whole thing just makes no fucking sense whatsoever, and I don't get it. Just everything about it screams disaster to me. So there you go, people.